So we've been watching just reviewing last week, and we still don't have the footwork down right. So I think we just keep hammering away at that, but not just doing the footwork, maybe doing some dancing, and you can just critique us on a variety of points,
Okay.
whatever it comes up.
Okay, all right. Do we want music, do dare use music, or do you,
I feel better with music, I think.
Yeah, okay. Okay, well, that's what I should have done
Well,
while I was,
we'll be practical.
Yeah, we'll go.
I should have checked out what the music situation is here, so let me do that real quick.
Okay.
My freeze is really wobbly.
You don't have to go so fast.
Well, it's so hard to
You think it's hard to go slow?
to maneuver because this room is really small.
Okay.
So
Feel
I feel like
speed up.
I'm turning.
Turning out loud, we'll go
Yeah.
slower then.
Yeah, it's kind of a different sort of maneuvering you're gonna be doing here. And we're doing waltz still?
Yeah.
Okay. Use the Dance Vision ones, maybe they don't have
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I'll try that.
Yeah, because they're pretty much, you
Yeah.
don't even recognize what they are. Yeah.
Actually, that was pretty good maneuvering to keep those going around the floor like that. Yeah, good. And you know what? I thought the footwork is looking better. There's still a few things. Let me go over and let's go up here and we'll back up towards your footwork for this step because we did all back steps last time. Then we just touched on this at the end. And let me just do this again because when you step back, right foot is toe heel.
Yeah.
So this toe, when you step to the side, it's going to go toe only, and this is toe heel,
Okay.
right? So, and I'm thinking of these diagonals. I'm stepping back, point to the corner, and then back at this diagonal. And if you notice, because this second step that I took was only on the toe, then I don't have to release that toe.
Oh, okay.
So I don't do this on this one just because the heel never touched down.
Right.
So only release the toe on steps that are where the heel lowers. So when that's like toe heel, and I'm already down, so that now it's going to be toe only, and then this one is going to be toe heel. So this one now I'm just going to slide back my left foot, and it'll go toe heel. Then this one's going to go to this corner, and it's going to be toe only, the right foot, toe heel. So this one will slide back because I never dropped the heel down, so I'm not going to lift the toe up. It's going to slide the toe back, toe heel, toe, and toe heel. Slide this back, toe, heel, toe, toe, heel, slide the toe, toe, heel, toe, toe, heel. Does that make sense? So anytime where it's only a toe,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna roll through that.
Yeah.
And it's only a toe because it's a side step and not, it's not all back steps. If it was all back steps, I would, yeah. So because this is back, side, back, back, side, back, back, side, back, back, side, back. Does that make sense of why it's different footwork than,
Yeah.
okay?
We just
And
want
your
to-
footwork is the same going forward as what it normally is.
Yeah.
Heel, toe, 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 heel.
If you get too close, you can't, you gotta stop about here. And
Should we put,
Put a little mark there.
so we don't go too far that way? Knock over the trash can? 1, 2, 3. Toe, heel, toe, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe. Toe, toe, heel, toe, toe, heel, toe, toe, heel. There you go, toe, toe, heel. Roll, roll your right, that's it. Roll and roll and roll. There you go. Roll. Yes, that was it. It's easy to go back to just doing all toes,
Yes.
right? Either,
Well, then I get mixed up which one am I on?
yeah.
Yeah.
And it's always on the 2 that I'm going to roll on the 1 when I'm stepping 1. I'm not going to roll on the 2 because I'm going on the toe. And 3. Then 1, 2, 3, 1. So whatever I'm stepping back with the right foot, the left toe will roll on 1. When I'm stepping back with the left foot, on 1, it'll be the right toe that's releasing. So it's only that one place, right on the 1, that I'm going to be releasing. Yeah, gonna try one more time? Release and release. Release the right, release the left. Whoop. Maybe I shouldn't put the trash can there.
No, leave the can there, I just.
Okay, okay. One, two, three, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Just on 1. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. That's it. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Much better. Now, Linda, here's something that I'm noticing. Is when you're holding on like right here above the elbow. Yeah? Uh-huh. So what happens is then, right, it starts getting heavy on your arm. Right.
That's you hold up
Yep.
there.
And you always think about coming up, making that little shelf with a slight upward pressure towards her. Yeah. And because this is more important than this connection,
Yeah,
right? Connection through the arm. You could literally take the hand and peel the fingers away. As long as you had this connection through
Right.
here, you could follow, because it's not really the hand that's making you move. Yeah. Or guiding you.
Where are you supposed to go? 1, 2.
3, 3.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. make sure your arm goes up to her arm. That's it. That's it. And so let me give you a couple of things to think about for maneuvering. So one of the things is when you're doing that pattern, if you come up to like this spot, I could do a developing, okay,
Yeah.
Yeah.
to move me away. So if I'm going up to a corner,
Trash can.
oh, what, is there something there? No.
No trash can.
So
Okay.
again, I come up to a corner, move, that moves me right around a
And
corner.
much easier than when you're trying to force a turn.
Yeah.
It's really
Yeah.
hard because then I'm
Yeah.
kind of crossing
Yeah.
the legs.
And you might still do some
Yeah,
the
yeah.
other way, but if we have like different things that we work on to go around corners or go around
Right.
people.
Trash can.
Yeah, right. We might have that when it rains here, I don't know. 1, 2, 3.
I don't think so.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. There, so that's a good corner.
Yeah.
And then, another thing, just so as you're practicing the pattern, is getting way better at those angles and everything, right? You're not getting mixed up on.
Yeah.
So we're doing the same pattern. And let's say I'm going to do the last one on this side. And you see what I did?
A right turn. Open
So I just did a twinkle on that last one.
right. Oh, just a twinkle. Okay.
So normally, when I go on this side of her, right, when you're stepping back with this foot, I normally do this, those 3 steps.
Right.
But I'm going to go on this side. She's already turned this way, like promenade. So I just have to turn to go with you, right? And then we end up going across in front. So that's another good way. Again, when we come down here, let's say we get to the end of the floor. And then I could do, because I did the twinkle, I could do the right turn, right? And that kind of mixes up of the things that you do a little bit more even to give you more options. There you go. Now, so normally she's going to be going backwards there. So normally she's going backwards and then she turned to go backwards again. So once she goes backwards on this side, I have to keep her that way. So I keep you in that same position. And that's when I'm going out on this side of her. When you're stepping across with the left foot, I'm going to then turn her to promenade, keep her in that promenade position. So whenever you go across, then make sure she's just in promenade, and then you can go into your patterns from a twinkle in promenade.
It's still a good song, and probably not gonna have to upgrade it.
There's one more too. If you get tired of this, we can switch it to the next one too. So at the wrong place.
Yeah.
Wrong place. You did the right thing by turning her to promenade, but you're at the wrong place. So it took you off with music.
I was going left
Yeah.
instead of right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Huh, okay.
There you go. That was it.
Oh, see, I think I was gonna do it again from the left side.
You're gonna do it
I did it the wrong way, I was. See, I did it
Oh, from the wrong
left,
side.
and then I was gonna.
Oh, right, correct. Yeah, you have to be
Because
up.
I saw a floor right now, so.
Uh-huh. Up.
Oh, yeah, I did it
Yeah.
again. See, I was gonna turn and I didn't, and I.
Then you were too late, and then you were in the wrong part of it, yeah.
So
Yeah.
I got screwed up.
Yeah, so that, it does take a while to kind of judge, like,
Yeah.
when do you have to
Right,
do
right.
it, or before you run out of room?
Yeah, right,
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
yeah. But it's good, because then you can also judge that when other people are on the floor, even when you have a bigger floor. Or if you're dancing at a wedding or something where it's really not so big. There you go.
Well, I screwed up. I should have done that. I don't know why I did that. I just,
Yeah, because you didn't really have a lot of space for that.
That
Yeah.
was a bad choice of steps.
And then there's some other patterns that would be good too for, but we'll let you do just a little bit more of that so you got, make sure we got that at the right place. But this gives us a whole nother thing to think about, right? And maneuvering around the
Yeah,
floor.
you're already here too. I'm kind of getting ready on 3.
Yep.
That's helpful.
Yep. There you go. This time try doing the open right turn after it. Okay, sorry, I know you're right in the middle of it. There's a Hawaiian picture.
Yeah, that's very
There you go. That's it.
Actually, I screwed up again. I could have done it right there, but I didn't look at the floor. And,
But this is really-
Yeah, it doesn't matter. This is.
I know, right?
It looks like it's going to be paved, and so the funny thing
Yeah.
is, it's okay to do.
I know, right?
Yeah.
And then you can also throw in the develop one too.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So if you run out of space, that one takes a little less space.
Then you can think.
Yep.
I got sidetracked again. I just lost my concentration.
Because you're thinking about what you have to do.
Yeah, definitely.
And it comes up much quicker. And when
Yeah.
we had the big floor at Dance
Yeah.
Essence,
Yeah.
you know, it took you forever to run out of room.
I did it again. I screwed up. I
I thought it was all right.
tried to do 2 twinkles in a row. I mean, I
You could do that.
Yeah. I think that. I do that a lot when we're dancing. When I get stuck, I just keep doing
Keep
twinkles.
doing the twinkle. You're stuck on the twinkle.
Yeah.
At least you're still going. You're
Yeah.
not stopping. There's a clock without hands. Let's see what happened. Oh. There you go. process for just a second. Yeah, so that was much better, right?
Yeah.
'Cause instead of having to.
Yeah.
And then I was thinking that I wanted to show you even a couple of other little things that would be good socially when
Mhm.
you're in a crowd or on a small
Mhm.
floor.
Yeah. Well,
And-
that might help a lot, because that's what happens to him when there's so many people, he's like, "Oh, I don't know what to do now."
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
So this forces us to think of some different things than we normally would. Okay, and this one is just a hesitation. So if you're doing, let's say, I guess if we're doing this progressive twinkle again, and I get down to the end, I can hesitate and turn around and then go back into
Mhm.
it. And it's kind of like, you know how this one where you kick, you're doing a
Yeah.
hesitation.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like a little.
It's really the same thing, but you, instead of,
kick.
yeah, and I'm gonna step straight towards you for the hesitation, and then turn. So hesitate, turn, hesitate, turn, hesitate, you're boxed in maybe, you might
Yeah.
have to do a couple of them.
Yeah.
Oh, but now here we can go over this way,
Okay,
right?
Mhm.
So it's a good, just a good, and it's actually a bronze step, but it's a good, like sometimes you need to like quickly just be able to stop and then turn somewhere else because you know,
Yeah,
there's just
right,
no
right.
space. And you know, it's easy to sometimes actually stop,
Yeah.
right? Like, oh, I can't go anywhere. Oh, it's like I'm going to stay, maybe I was going to do a twinkle.
Mhm.
I take the first step and there's nowhere to go. I just change directions.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just do that by itself one time. So you're going to just take one step towards her and hesitate. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And again, you can go into a here, 1. I could go into an open left turn like you started to do. Or sometimes the open left turns, it's harder to, you know, I kind of maybe run out of space here, hesitate, go around. Now I'm ready to go
Mhm.
wherever I go here. Let's say I come around here, hesitate, turn around, and off I go. Up, running out of space, hesitate, turn around, and then on to whatever I'm going to do next.
Uh-huh.
Yeah? So that's very useful. And it's like kind of like stopping,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But you don't, you're still
Okay,
dancing.
fine.
You're still making it the dance. So if you find yourself having to stop, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Yeah. So that's a good sort of like emergency step. Like, uh-oh. Now that time, you
Yeah.
did an outside partner. So it would be just like the developé, but she
Yeah.
doesn't have to developé, right? So if I just go, hesitate here, and whether she does
Yeah,
a
it doesn't
developé
matter.
or not, doesn't matter, it's the same,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I dance with guys all the time that think I'm gonna do a development and I don't do it.
Yeah, right?
Oh, you.
That's what that was.
Yeah.
And it's over by the time you figure it out. Yeah, so if you don't, it doesn't really matter,
Yeah.
because you're still in the correct foot, and, yeah, as long as you hesitate. Okay, and then another one, there's a few that are really good. Another one is a promenade check. And I think like I remember doing that with,
That
maybe
name
you and
sounds
I did.
familiar.
So if I do it, this one is especially good if you start to do one of your moves that start with a twinkle, and you start to do a twinkle, but you can't keep going because you get blocked, or you realize you don't have enough room. So let's say if I did a twinkle right here, and you were standing there,
Mhm.
then I take this step, and
Oh, yeah.
I come out of it.
Like sitting down.
Mhm.
Yeah, we did that one, didn't we?
I think we did do that.
Seemed like I remember doing it briefly at least. So this would be the 1, 2, 3 of a twinkle. 1, 2, 3. And the check is 1, replace. And now I'm going to take a back step, and you're going to take a forward step, but right in here.
Oh, between your legs.
3. okay? So give us a little bit more space. 1, 2, 3, check, 2, 3. Now, go ahead and turn your head to the left, and your next step, make sure your heel's all the way down here, is going to be a back step. So you just did that forward check, check, replace. You stepped forward, and if you see where my right foot is, I left it behind me because that's the direction of my next step. And it does help me balance too, because I did check, replace, step forward, I leave this foot back, and it helps me from going too far in this direction. So if we just did that check where you check across, check, and you see how also, again there, I left my back foot there, replace back, you're going to turn in towards me now, so take that step right here, leaving that foot back behind you because that's where you're going to go, yeah. So let me just dance the whole thing now. So twinkle, 1, 2, 3, check, 2, 3, and usually like an open left turn is the best thing to do. You could do a twinkle again after that, but usually if I'm like checking and then moving into the other direction, and a twinkle, if I did a check here and then did a twinkle, it kind of takes me back into the same spot. So usually it's going to rotate to the left. You want me to do it with you one time? So you do your twinkle. 1, 2, 3, check, replace, back. And then do you see how I'm holding that foot back behind? Now he steps forward to there. Yeah, I'll try again. One, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then I would just say you have to be careful when you step back from this check, not to get too turned, right? It's easy to get, especially because she's kind of whipping around there in her momentum. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Right? So that would be really handy if you were doing something and you came up to this corner and check and move across this way, right? Twinkle, check, and move across this way.
The 2 corners just like she did.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now try it right in this corner. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, check, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. Oh. So after you did your check that last time, when you did check, 2, 3, the step check, 2, 3, you want to make sure that this goes forward. Because it's easy to go check, 2, 3, and it just goes right there.
Yeah.
Right?
So you say
Check, 2, 3. And so when you do the 3, check, 2, 3. There's a little bit turn. Then forward, 2, 3. Check, 2, 3. Yeah, and so from this check, if you do that check right in that same spot again, ideally here we'd go check, 2, 3, and then you'll step forward and continue to rotate that way. Yeah. Yeah, you see how that moved us down the line? So I would make sure if I'm doing the man's part, check, 2, 3, move down the line.
I gotta move down the line.
Yeah, because if I only go to here, check, 2, 3, I'm gonna
Yeah, okay.
still go off,
Let's come
yeah.
down here, let me try. So we're gonna check for the corner here.
Check, 2, 3, 1.
Whoa. I tried to move down the line.
Yeah,
she was
do
right
that
there.
check with me. Check, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So when I turn in and I keep it rotating, so this is for you, Linda, when I turn into here, and as I keep putting all my weight on it, I keep this one behind me, do you see? And then it's ready to keep.
Okay.
So I continue to have a little bit of a turn there. If I don't, it gets stuck. 1, 2, 3, right here, right? But if this goes over there,
Yeah, because, otherwise I'd run right into
mhm. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And you know what? I still feel like,
Yeah, my arm is.
and it's a little, it
Yeah.
holds me a little tight.
Yeah.
So if I was standing here with you and I was doing that, do you see how it kind of takes you a little bit off balance
Yeah,
all the
right,
time,
yeah,
right?
right.
So I want to make sure that I let you stand over your own
Uh-huh,
feet
uh-huh.
here instead of
Okay.
tightening that up and now try to move around the floor when something's pulling you,
Yeah.
right? But what I do get more tone here, right?
Perfect for me, I love this.
Instead of,
That is, yeah.
yeah.
And then when he drops it more, then I have to remember to hold it up.
And that is this, let me show you what that feels like to the lady. Here, all this connection, I don't even have my hand on your back,
Yeah.
it just rests there. But if I only had the hand,
Right, yeah.
then I tend to want to pull with it, right? Because that's the only connection that I have. So the big parts, making as many connective tissue between in here, so this is all nicely connected, then this can just be resting there, right? It's just lightly resting. 1, 2, 3, 1.
See, I felt like I was gonna run right into you.
Well, it's sort of hard, I guess, for me to start from
Yeah, I don't think she knew you were going to go right into it, so
a little bit hard.
do a twinkle first. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. Now, and here's a little trick for you to help it turn around, is when I do the check and I step back, and now the next thing I'm going to do is step back with this foot, I'm going to kind of toe in to where I want to turn. So do you see how this toe, so now I can, but if I do the check and I go like this, then I'm going to go right back that way. So if I do check, toe in, then just do that by yourself one time. Yeah. Just to be able to get yourself there even when she's not with you, right? So then,
Let's start with the two.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1.
Still wasn't right. 'cause she's
Yeah,
still-
now let me borrow Linda for just a second. So twinkle this way. 1, 2, 3, 1. Now, first of all, do you see how I'm going a little bit more across instead of going over
Yeah.
here? So if I did my twinkle this way, and I knew I was going to do that check, I would take it more over here. Right here. Let's do that one more time. Here. Okay, go ahead and keep your head up this way. That's it. And there. You see how I got you around? So, because I know I've got to turn to the left, if I do the twinkle, which naturally turns to the right, towards you, then it's going to make it harder. But if I do the twinkle and go a little bit over here, nice. Yeah. Because it is a lot of rotation,
Yeah.
but there's little tricks that you can do to help it out. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. There we go. And here's another little tip that helps make it even, you know, on the left turn that you did at the end, if you can keep your eyes looking around to the left as you do it, it actually helps you turn. But because the lady's here, we tend to kind of orient ourselves to the lady over on this side. So, and then it stops us from rotating as much. So if I do the twinkle, the chair, I'm going to look all the way around where I'm going, right?
Yeah, I see you cover the chair, so we did it covering the chair, I think.
Yeah.
Now
The
it
chair.
comes back, but the hesitation is different than a chair. I mean.
Yeah, no, the hesitation was the other one that we did, that
Oh, okay.
hesitation. This is called a chair.
Oh,
or a chair.
okay.
Yeah. Or sometimes it's called a promenade check too,
Oh, okay.
because you're checking in promenade position.
3,
1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Now keep looking around to the left. Keep looking at the wall. Keep your eyes. That's it.
Yeah, that helps a lot.
Yeah.
And you know, because you don't realize, because the lady's here, it tends to keep us here, and right?
Yeah.
Yeah. She's on that side, and that's a habit that most men do without even
So
realizing it.
that's-
But what, you want me down here? See, I try to go
No,
up
no,
here.
but this gap here.
And
There
so,
we go.
you know what I do when I go to make connection with her? I connect. Do you see here? I don't go to her back.
Okay,
I
connect
connect
there.
here. Then the last thing to do is just place the fingers. And do you see how they're like right at that kind of angle towards her? So if I go like this and then try to,
Yeah.
well, it doesn't really fit, right? So I got to go, I connect here,
Mhm.
where like the cuff area.
Mhm.
Just right close to where her arm joins to her back. And I feel like I make a little bridge, like I bridge your arm to your own back to secure that and just stay in one piece. And so I come up here and I take my elbow, put it right underneath your watch there.
Okay.
There. And so I'm coming up to you, so you don't you don't want to make sure you don't get up like this
Yeah.
when he comes up, but you're staying connected to him because he's coming up to you mostly. Right?
Still like this gap here,
Yeah, and there's going to be a little gap right here. So if I borrow her one more time, and you know, depending on arm length, so there's a hole right here, but I've got her here and I've got her here, so it connects
Yeah.
across here and then to the back.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's not going to be like total like that,
Mhm.
right? Yeah, but I want to make sure that I'm yeah. Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Look to the left. Keep looking left. Keep looking left. That's it. Because the body starts turning faster than the head, and then the
Yeah.
head ends up over to the right. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Look to the left. Keep looking to the left. That's better. 2, look to the left. Keep looking to the left. Look left. Oh, so something got a little bit mixed up on that one, coming out of the, here, yeah. But, so that was good. So we have those progressive twinkles. So one way, the first way to get out of the corner was the develope.
Mhm.
Second way is to turn it into a twinkle.
Mhm.
And then you can do the open right turn easily after that, which is a nice way to get around. And then we had the hesitation turn,
Mhm.
1, 2, 3. And really good if you get boxed in somewhere, instead of just standing there and
Right.
waiting. You know, you could literally do this for 3 or 4 1, 2, 3s, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the chair. Yeah.
So should we try some of the food music?
Yeah, you want to So now it's up to you to put all those together, huh? Let me try the next track. So this is the other dance vision.
That's good. No, I guess I could do that. That was okay. That's good.
Saying that.
I kept trying to decide. This is
I kept waiting for the, what am I
So
gonna?
I kept wanting to try
What are you gonna check?
that check thing.
Yep,
I,
finding and figuring out the best place.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And again, you have to make so many decisions so quickly
Yeah,
in here, so
right, right.
it's good. Let me do one with you.
Yeah,
Whoop, no.
no. Oh, that was hesitation.
Okay. Mhm. Go ahead and turn your head back. Yeah. So it's easy when we don't know what to do, is like to lose position.
Yeah.
And then it makes it harder to get. And you know, another thing is that you never stood on this foot when you stood. You stood on the toe, but it's easier for me to wait to feel where I'm going if you're there instead of if you're on your toes trying to
So,
wait.
yeah.
Drop the heel. Drop the heel. That's it. Drop the heel. There you go.
He said he's in the, 5 times he could do something different.
Must be time for one of those developers. A little dangerous when I'm still going though. Oh, whoops.
See, I did it again.
Oh, because you're assuming that anytime we're in this
It's
position,
gonna go,
that-
yeah.
yeah. So you want to be careful not to assume that because there is a lot of other things. one's a little tricky to fit into this room. If you see,
Yeah.
I had to kind of do half on, going one way and half the other. Yeah, so just be careful not to assume.
Assume whatever, yeah.
Right, right. It'd be better to miss it than to do it when he's still going. Do
Yes.
you want me to do one with you?
Sure.
Relax shoulder. And that's it. So I'm bringing the elbow a little bit more out. There you go, nice. So just leave your elbow there and let me come in. That's it.
I was trying to do that check thing and I screwed up.
You didn't do the twinkle first. And lift up your arm, that's it. And that relaxes your hand too.
The thing slow down.
No, you lost, Kenny, you lost one of your steps
Oh,
there,
okay,
yeah.
that's what I said. What's wrong
Yeah.
with the timing? Was
And I kind of slowed you down to get back because you kind of
Oh.
missed one little.
Oh.
So that was pretty good, huh? Yeah.
Phew.
Did you hold your breath the whole time?
Yeah. Okay, so let's see that should work.
Yeah, you gotta watch your head sitting right there too. Because
Oh,
this
yeah,
was
there's
like,
a little-
this corner was right there. next-
Did you, like, we didn't, when we were dancing, you did, I mean, I kind of miss sometimes the things like the hesitation and the.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, there's too many hesitations.
Thank you.
So this time, let me call out
Yeah.
the patterns. You don't have to do it immediately, but
Right,
think
right.
of it.
Think of it.
preparing
next,
to do it next, yeah.
That would be helpful.
So we'll do the first one as the develope. And then the hesitation turn. The chair. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Get off step.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Nice. Much better. And then how about when you're ready, the hesitation turn, one or more of them. Oops.
She says hesitation.
Huh?
She says
Oh.
hesitation if you do chair.
Oh, okay.
So-
Oh, the hesitation, okay.
You know, just that one where you hesitate.
Yeah.
And
See, I got mixed up.
he's like, didn't I just do that one? So that's, I think that's it, right? So we had the devil pay as one way, because that's a good way to get out of the corner. And then we had the twinkle, which you did both of those, and then the chair and the hesitation. Yeah,
the
so
only
we
one
had
I
four
did
different-
much of is hesitation.
So the hesitation is just kind of,
One,
Take a
two,
step.
three, one,
is that all?
two. Yep.
Yeah,
So hesitation, and on the hesitation, the bronze version, and depending on how much space you have, the bronze version would be back, side, close.
Yeah.
Silver version when you pass your feet instead of closing at the end. One, two, back, side, pass. Yeah. One, two, three. One, two, three.
Up here again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Well, I would like to practice the hesitation,
Okay.
so you may want to practice something else. But I would like.
Okay.
See,
And the sad thing is he gets to decide.
But the point is that I'm supposed to put my foot all the way down, and I want to make sure I'm doing that.
Yeah, uh-huh. Yeah, do like that 3 times in a row or 4 times in a row.
is that right? So you feel so slow or something?
2, 3, 1.
Like,
And you know, because if you start taking your steps smaller, then it's easier to go faster. But if you 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. See, I'm still moving to the side. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. So I don't do this,
Yeah.
where I'm not really going anywhere, just kind of.
Yeah. Okay, so you're still moving, but
Yes.
you're like in a circle.
Yes. One, two, three, one, three, one, two, 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 three, Now, can I do this with you one time?
yeah, and you were pulling me off balance too, so
Because I lost my breath.
Yeah, and I think it was, again, making sure that you put your heel down, yeah. And make contact here. Hand is the last thing that touches. And if you notice, some of the ladies do this.
Yeah.
And they're not touching you, they're just grabbing right
Right.
here. So here, do you see where I made contact and my hand just rests at the very end instead of... See, I'm moving to the side. And when you stand here, balance your head over your foot.
Yeah.
Because you're stepping forward with your left foot, but you're
Yeah.
like this.
well, that's because when you do the side step, you're actually
On the side step.
Yeah,
But on the forward and
Yeah.
back, there's no sway. Side,
Yeah,
but if I sway,
yeah.
if I try to step forward, then I start to lose balance. So it's straight here. And it sways here. And straight back out, if you're gonna repeat it, sway. Straight back out to balance. Straight back out, nice. See, instead of going where we don't go anywhere,
Yeah.
stand all the way. So if you look in the mirror right here, and if you step and you dropped from your nose down, it should be right over the foot instead of, right?
Okay, let's start first and into the mirror so I can pay attention.
And then you definitely see your profile or your face straight on it, actually in the mirror, on that side of me, so we're not. called hesitation. Some syllables, they call them balance steps. Because you're balancing over your foot. Balance and move. Balance and move.
Adds a little touch of elegance to the
Yeah.
dancing.
I can really feel that she sways a lot more than I'm used to swaying.
And you feel me kind of move
Yeah.
in a bigger
Yeah.
step too. And that keeps it fluid and flowing. You want to just try that together?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know, right?
I feel like I can do those.
Because you're holding your arms slightly different too. Your
Yeah.
muscles.
I need a tuxedo that holds me up.
Yeah, there you go.
Get a training bar, so
They have those. The music kind of started over. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. There you go. 2, 3, 1. Careful not to rush it because you've got a long time to kind of wait there, right? And you know what I do when I go up to wait? Sometimes I can balance my foot to the side, or I can leave it back behind. And that way, that it's easy to want to move early on that because you're not doing much,
Yeah.
right?
let them feel the sway because
It's starting to sway back.
Up, stay over. There you go. And you can see how we're really moving that out. And I want you to feel like that's it. You get all the way over that heel. And the front foot, I actually keep the toe down on this hesitation, because we're not going to keep passing the foot. It kind of helps to keep a break there. And can you feel how I push from this side right there? Okay. So it's using the legs more, right?
Yeah.
Mhm. Is it? Right. That's good. So that is a whole different kind of lesson.
Yeah.
Dancing in a small living room.
Yeah.
But good. I mean, good things that we don't necessarily come up for us in a bigger room, so we don't think about them as.
okay.
Don't go, I think.